A shout out to Alpha Destiny for having the balls to follow his own path. Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about Alpha Destiny. I've seen some criticism of his training methods over the course of this past year as he has grown in popularity, his channel has grown in popularity. So I wanted to address that and talk about that and just talk about how it's a good thing that he has the balls to follow his own path. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So I've seen him, Alpha Destiny, take criticism from a couple of YouTube channels. Who they are really doesn't matter. For doing things that are unconventional. Maybe trying partial movements or bands or all that kind of stuff. And he's received a lot of criticism and from certain aspects of the fitness and lifting community. But I just need to say that he has one of the best channels, fitness lifting, hardcore lifting channels that is currently out there. So much of the lifting and fitness and bodybuilding and power building and all this kind of realm is just filled with bitches. Let's just call it what it is. Just bitches, drama queens and drama bitches and experts who have done everything but accomplish anything. You have just so much madness and so much craziness, and it's like a circus. You wake up every day and see what kind of circus crap that YouTube Fitness is doing every morning and what kind of nonsense people are teaching. But I enjoy his channel because it gets you to think. And that is something that I've always tried different things. I've been in the iron game for 30 years, and I try different things. And I like him because he is young and he tries different things. And even though things may or may not be successful for him personally, he is smart enough where he is going to evolve, learn, adapt, and make changes. And I've seen him make changes over the past even couple months, and people have been critics. Oh, Alpha Destiny swings from this to this, or he was doing this and now he's doing that. You know what? People who are criticizing him for making changes or turning his path or evolving his training, they are the ones that don't understand what training is all about. Training is all about personal experience and evolving your training based on what you learn. I have said the word evolve on this channel thousands of times. I will give people advice when I am training them, either in person or online. I'll give them a starting point with a workout or a starting point with a diet, and I will say from there we evolve this based on what is going on in the gym and on the scale, what your results are. Evolution of training is essential as a lifter moves past the beginner stages into those intermediate stages. Evolving training based on needs. Making small changes like, hey, maybe you don't like low rep sets on barbell rows or pendlay rows, so you decide that you're going to use 10 to 12 reps instead of 5 to 8, but the expert sitting in his chair on some YouTube channel saying it's 5 to 8 reps is best for barbell rows, but you know that 8 to 12 or 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 reps is best for you. So you go with what you know, what works for you. And ultimately, this is the formula that creates a successful intermediate bodybuilder, powerlifter, power builder as he transitions from an intermediate to reaching his goals. And that goes for body transformations as well. There's a lot of criticism for Alpha Destiny for using partial movements, etc., from people who will quote other experts in the industry. I've heard him quote one specific power lifter that I know personally takes at least 4,000 to 5,000 milligrams of testosterone a week. I've heard up to 7,000 during competition. Some of these guys are on such crazy amount of drugs when they're on the internet giving advice. You just have to question and say, Really, they're saying that this is better than that, but they take 6,000 milligrams of testosterone a week. Are they really the best voice to be helping the average lifter? I'm going to talk personally. During the peak of my training, when I was at my strongest, and I approached a 2,000 pound raw total, I approached it. I didn't achieve it. Let's set that fact straight. But during the 3 years leading up to the peak of my strength, when I was about 318 going to 346 pounds, I have on video on this channel me bench pressing 500 and 505 pounds with chains. I have me rack pulling from below the knee with chains like 745 or 765 for 3, 4, 5, 6 reps. I don't even know. And I have me squatting with chains. I used a lot of chains. I used a lot of accommodating resistance. I use a lot of varying resistance. And you know what? I found that some of these things worked great for me. I got my bench press up from about a 355 contest max to when I was at my heaviest. I was close to a 440 pound raw bench press when I was at my heaviest before I got type 2 diabetes. And I never pull from the floor. I rarely pull from the floor. I've always alternated between low rack pulls, maybe 3 to 5 to 7 inches off the floor. I never pull from the floor. This is because it works for me. It helps my lower back recover. So my point isn't to sit and promote Alpha Destiny's methods, but it's to tell you that for every voice out there, there's another voice that is doing these things like myself. The critic who's saying that his stuff doesn't work, there's a guy like me who has used a lot of the same methods, similar methods, and has reached success. So whenever you hear a critic on the internet criticizing someone, and this is the important point of this video, whenever you hear a critic on the internet criticizing some particular method that is reasonable, not unreasonable, like squatting on a ball or something just insane, you have to understand that you have to try this for yourself to see if it has value. Do some research to see if it's worth trying. Just don't listen to that one voice. And one final point. Lifting is not life or death. Alec is not a power lifter. He is not a bodybuilder. Lifting can be done for fun. Sometimes we just do things like a rack pull above the knee to see what we can do. There is nothing wrong with seeing how much weight you can lift from above the knee. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you the devil. It doesn't make you a fool. It is a challenge. And I would encourage you guys to remember this point. Always fear the man who sits behind the video screen or sits behind the computer and warns you about challenging yourself in life, because life is all about challenge. Life is about challenging yourself and trying new things. And if I want to go to the gym and try a rack pull above the knee or see if I can do shrugs with 1,000 pounds or whatever, I know the risk, and I know there might not even be a reward. It might not help the deadlift, but you know what? Who cares? Life is about waking up and doing whatever you want on a given day. That is freedom. And these things that we challenge ourselves with don't always have to make sense to someone who doesn't get what the challenges of life are all about. Life is about challenging yourself. Sometimes you just wake up and do crazy things because you want to see what you can do. And I've done plenty of those things over the years. So don't fear Alpha Destiny's training methods. Fear the guy out there who is being the critic, who is telling you, don't ever challenge yourself in that way because it might not have a point. You know what? It does have a point. The point is to challenge yourself, and nobody can tell you how you should challenge yourself on any given day. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a good day.